at RXO ringing the opening bell today on this Tuesday, and that's after that company's spinoff from XPO Logistics, remember.
That got Brad Jacobs on there? On the right? Yeah.
Yes, it is, in the red tie. And the new CEO of RXO, I believe, is ringing that opening bell here, Drew Wilkerson, of that new spinoff company. So
Brad's been everywhere the past 2 weeks. I'm getting emails from him. He's all over the place. You talk to him?
The company just reported, XPO just reported earnings as well. I believe its last earnings as a combined company. So let's check on the opening prices here, because we do see a lift here to kick off the month after a very strong October, as we talked about. But it wasn't as strong for the NASDAQ. However, the NASDAQ is leading us higher today, and it's going to be a pivotal week, it feels like, for the NASDAQ in particular, because after those lousy earnings we got, we know that tech shares have been the most sensitive to interest rate changes and perceptions about what's happening with interest rates. So I'm going to be watching closely.
Low rates may not save that Meta quarter, Julie. I mean, come on.
No. Meta might be the outlier regardless. And I think Meta is now the worst performer on the year in the S&P 500.
Well, we're going to take a look at Meta in a hot second here. You mentioned October. I just wanted to add it on to that. Now that we've officially begun a new trading month in November, as we close out October, S&P 500, that ended up by about 8%. The Dow Industrial Average, that was ending up by about 14% for the month, and the NASDAQ Composite, that added about 3.9% in October. So now that we've kicked off November and that Target has officially changed over everything to their Christmas settings, if you will, within stores and online, we're going to keep a close eye on a few key sectors here. Number one, consumer discretionary. That's been one of the major sectors here that we've seen highly reactive to what the mindset of the consumer might be, and some of that disposable income that they may be putting out there as well during this holiday season. Taking a look at that, that's starting off the day higher by about 1.8%. Let's also take a look, as we've got more green on the screen than decliners. Of course, 10 out of 11 S&P 500 sectors in positive territory right now. Just one laggard right now, flat to the downside, is the healthcare sector, and perhaps factoring some of the news from Eli Lilly and the different earnings reports coming out this morning. Also want to take a look at the NASDAQ, since you mentioned that, Julie, and we'll take a look at Meta here for a moment. That's actually up by about 0.9% or 1.1% out of the
rally mode.
Do the year-to-date.
Okay, all right. Well, you asked for year-to-date, so we're going to
bull market in Meta.
Hang on.
Let's
1 second. There we are. And Meta Platforms down 71% year-to-date. Yikes.